Hello, everyone, and welcome to the World Cup Watchalong Party. I'm your host, Greg White, and today is Recurve Sunday and our final World Cup event of 2024. It's a shortened season because it's an Olympic year. So the final Olympic spots have been decided. We won't really know actually until tomorrow with World Archery who fills those final Olympic spots. But either way, we're going to be treated to men's and women's individual matches. The final four are going to be set for shooting into the gold medal matches and then into the bronze medal matches. And then we'll have those matches for you as well. So we are ready for a couple of hours of coverage. But you're not here to watch me exclusively. I have a couple guests on the Recurve side of things. So let's welcome in Vanessa Lee and Bernardo Oliveira. What is up, team? How are ya?
Hey, Greg. So happy to be here, of course, with one of my favorite people in the world, Bernardo.
Yeah, Bernardo, how are things with you? And where are you in the world?
All right.
No.
I hope everyone
There
here.
we go.
Now I apologize for an issue I had here. Really sorry about that. Hello, everyone. Hello, Greg. Hello, Vanessa. It's great to be here with you guys. I am in Switzerland, in Lausanne, Switzerland, at the World Archery Excellence Center. Great place to be in. If you don't know yet, you're more than welcome to come check it out. And yeah, looking forward to what we're about to see in Antalya, Turkey.
That's good. And Vanessa, where are you hanging out?
I'm in Toronto, Canada. It's a nice gloomy day. I don't mind. It's almost like a perfect day for shooting. If we were shooting here, it would just be perfect. Overcast, not windy, not raining, just perfect.
Well, the Excellence Center. Vanessa and I have had a long conversation about this. We're going to go together. You don't know about this yet, Vanessa. We're going to go to the Excellence Center. We're going to have a grudge match. Recurve and compound. Higher score wins. What do you think, Vanessa?
I mean, you're shooting recurve, I'm shooting compound, right? Is that how
No, we're both shooting both. We're both shooting.
Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't mind. It's been a long time since I've shot a recurve. I thought about it the other week, and I'm like, no, why would I put myself through that kind of pain again? It just sounds.
Well, you know what? I mean, all we're talking about is maybe like 12 arrows, right? But dude, how crazy is it? I had this dream last night. I have no idea why I was dreaming about recurve. I had a dream that my fingers were getting stuck on the string, and I couldn't get it released, you know?
Yeah.
And like I was demoing for somebody, you know, trying to be a big shot and showing them how to shoot a recurve, and it was like my skin was bunching up and it wouldn't come off. I wasn't using the tab. It was so funny. And in my dream, I start making excuses, and then my alarm went off, and I was like, "Oh, okay, dreaming about archery is pretty crazy." But all right, guys, listen. It's been a long time coming, but the Olympics are on the horizon right now. So, what are you hearing about the vibe in Antalya, Turkey? I know that the weather has been pretty crazy in terms of like the heat. It's been really, crazy hot. There's been some really weird wind because they're shooting on a beach. But in terms of the Olympic buzz and some maybe people that look like they're going to get into the Olympics and shooting the Olympics, what's the vibe you guys are hearing about? Vanessa, you first.
Yeah, like you said, I've heard it's really, really hot. I've shot many times in Antalya, and the heat there is ridiculous. It's on another level. Also, the wind. So, when you get a windy day, especially for eliminations, that's when you get some variables that are entering the scene, and maybe not the highest ranked archers that enter the finals arena in the end. I think the vibe, for recurve has been interesting because rather than the World Cup, for a lot of teams, what they needed to focus on was the final Olympic qualifier, which was the week prior. So what's interesting is that a lot of teams had to it was basically like balls to walls at that point. And now mentally, I'm pretty sure a lot of them are just exhausted, but still having to shoot a World Cup. What do you think, Bernardo?
Yeah, I agree with you, and I like also because as Greg alluded to in the beginning of the show, on top of it, that tomorrow we might hear about the final quota places, both team and individual. Like the World Cup played a role, so like added to that you said, Vanessa, I was commentating the final Olympic qualifier, and like it was really intense 4 days, and then after that, some teams, some archers, they still had the World Cup that could play a role in their hopes of qualifying for the Olympics. So it's like super intense, what, like 9-10 days?
Yeah.
It's the time you're under stress, because when you're at the hotel, you're thinking about competition and what if, and so yeah, it's really crazy, tough emotionally. So I think everyone is a little bit relieved that it's going to be over soon.
So we're looking at pictures of the warm-up area before we get our matches going. We have the women's individual recurves coming up. Bernardo, what's going on with these athletes right now? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you thinking about?
So we get this really nice view of the practice field. I suppose it's really close to the venue that we're about to see the matches going on in a moment. And so like everyone's just warming up, and when I was in this position, it's kind of like you're just trying to find the feeling, the like one or two things you're going to be focusing on the most for the match. So it could be something that you feel comfortable with, like your strongest asset, or also the weaknesses, the things that you got to make sure they do not let you down. So yeah, it's trying to control the nerves and the anxiety, which is super hard, but just trying to find your feeling, find a shot that feels good, and take it to the match.
Now, one of the things that we learned yesterday, I had Lucy O'Sullivan on for the compound bit, was that this is a new angled field. So this field, practice field, mimics the direction that the finals field, and I guess last year it didn't. So at least it gives the athletes an opportunity to experience like the wind and in the same direction. And we could see from the compound yesterday that archers were coming out onto the field of play, the finals field, and they were going straight after the 10 ring and they were hitting it. Where we've seen sometimes before where the tendency from the practice field is, they show up and everybody's shooting left all of a sudden, or everybody's shooting right, or everybody's shooting low, those types of things. So far on the compound side of things, it looked like the orientation of the practice field is going to be is advantageous for the shooters when they get on the stage. Plus, the question is team rounds. Who's already had the experience here a little bit earlier, because we had our team rounds as well. So looks like a nice day. How is, Vanessa, you said you've been there quite a bit. How is the vibes in general for archery in Antalya, Turkey?
Oh, Antalya was one of my favorites because Antalya is like a resort town. You basically stay on like a beach resort. Bernardo's smiling because he knows. We'd stay on the most beautiful resorts. We're there to compete. You kind of have to remind yourself you're there for a competition. Earlier, there was a really nice overhead view of how close the finals arena was to the beach. The arena actually used to be right on the beach. So you just see water, you see sand, and you see the finals arena, and you see the stands. And we would see just like vacationers in their like bikinis and like tiny little bathing suits, just like coming to see what was going on. The vibe in Antalya for archery used to be really just curious. People didn't really know what was going on, and they'd be like, "Oh, interesting. Why are the people standing there?" Now, I'm pretty sure because of Metegazos after Tokyo, I think everybody knows what archery is. And he is a huge star. We saw like photos from Antalya. There's a huge mural of the guy on a wall in the archery arena, or the main competition venue. I'm pretty sure he's like a household name now. So archery is a big thing in Turkey. I think everybody knows what it is.
Yeah, yesterday in compound in the women, Elisa Roner from Italy won her first gold medal, and we were having that conversation about, is it possible that she makes news in Italy? Because right now football, or if you're from the US, soccer is kind of dominating the news. But I was thinking, okay, so what dominates the news in Italy when I've been there is football, Formula One, and MotoGP. And I'm like, wait, there's no MotoGP. Formula One has kind of a, like not really a featured race on Saturday. They do have a sprint race, but I'm like, maybe. I wonder if she's going to make the news. And so obviously, when you get to some of these smaller countries like Turkey, any big success that they have, especially in the Olympics, are going to make the national news. So that makes a lot of sense. So looking at the team rounds, I don't know if you guys had a chance to look. So for the Recurve women's team, it was Korea who ended up winning, France in second, Japan beat India. So we do have 2 athletes that are in the finals, in our final 4, that have shot team round earlier. And you can see that on the right-hand bar of your screen, this is on X platform, that Valencia is going to be shooting against 3 archers that are going to be making their finals venue. Surprised to see no Koreans, in the final 4. Either one of you?
This is something I'm dying to hear from Vanessa. Like, I want to know if she has some insider news about what happened, because I think Korea had some disappointing results. So Vanessa, tell us everything, please.
I've been thinking about this, and I've been waiting to see their results in Antalya, because let's rewind. So Shanghai lost to China. Yecheon, home soil, lost to China again in the finals. Antalya was the last time that they were going to have a chance to, on the largest international stage, I guess, leading up to the Olympics, have a chance at winning gold. And leading up to the Olympics, I mean, we all know that it's going to be the historic 10th Olympic gold medal for Korea if they can try and win that gold. So what I saw on social media was that the Korean national team went to France and did some, I can't remember the name in English. I know 전지훈련.
Kind of a dress rehearsal?
Yeah, I guess so. They were training with the French team. I'm pretty sure they were so focused on the team round that they were just not really training that much for individuals. We saw in the rankings that the Koreans didn't really do all that well. I think they were just so focused. And in the gold medal match against France, I'm guessing this training helped France as well, because they're in both gold medal matches. They shot 59 or 58, 58, 59. Come on. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were just so focused on the team and they made it happen. I mean, it sucks that China didn't make the final, so we couldn't see an actual comparison against the previous winners, but it's kind of a preview for the Paris Olympics.
Bernardo, let's talk about peaking then as an athlete. Do you want to peak now? Is it important? Or are you holding something back because the season's been long, because the Olympic qualifiers have been going on so long, because we are just a few weeks out from the Olympics? Like, what is your view on that performance situation and peaking? Because in other sports that we see that are more reactionary sports, we'll see people do that, that they don't necessarily want to peak a month before or 3 weeks before the Olympics or whatever.
Yeah, this topic of peaking in archery, I think there's so much to do and understand, honestly. Like, I guess everyone is still trying to understand how to properly plan a peak in archery, but I don't see any problem in peaking now, because I don't think it's going to hurt you down the line of the games. And for a lot of the teams, they came to Antalya still needing to qualify, so if you peak at the games where you're not there, then it's going to be kind of useless to be shooting all 10s in practice. But I really don't think it hurts too much. I think it all blends in. It's kind of like you're ready to peak in summer 24, and I think if you're on good form here now, it's very likely that you can maintain it and maybe push it a little bit forward for the games.
Well, folks, we're moments away from getting this match underway, the first match of the day. And I'm going to really rely heavily on my crew to give us proper pronunciations of names here. But you're joining us on YouTube. We want to let you know there's the QR code in the bottom right-hand part of your screen. We're going to go kind of this first end of this match, and then we're going to be transitioning to Archery Plus. And you got to set up an account, get to Archery Plus, scan it, and you get all kinds of great content on Archery Plus. You're going to get video on demand matches. You're going to be able to see this live. You can watch the world feed and us at the same time if you have 2 computers. I mean, why would you do anything else? We got the world feed for you right here. And we're going to hanging out, the three of us, and we're just going to be chatting about archery. So keep joining us here on YouTube, but eventually you want to move yourself over to Archery Plus. All right, so the first match of the day looks like we're going. It's recurve. It's 70 meters for those of you in the States or in other places. The two other countries that still use the, I don't know, what do you call it? It's not the metric system. That's meters. It's the Royal. I don't know, whatever it is. That's about
Imperial.
77 yards. What do you call it?
Is it Imperial or English system?
Yeah,
Something
the Imperial.
Like that?
Yeah. So, anyway, we're getting ready to get this match underway. Coaches in boxes in the Imperial system, 77.7 yards, maybe 70 meters, something like that. It's a long way away. Let's put it that way. So you got to understand the reference, like in the States, is always a football field, right? So it's 100 yards in a football field, an American football field. It's 100 yards. So it's like, and everybody seems to know that, like reference, because they've stood on a football field or seen, because we have like hash marks every 5 yards. So basically you go, oh, it's like a little over 3/4 of a football field. And then people go, oh, that's wicked far. That's far away.
Representing the People's Republic of China.
All right. You nervous at this point? This is, whoever wins this goes to the gold medal. The loser shoots for bronze. Are you nervous?
On target number 2.
Oh yeah, this means so much. I think these semifinal matches are more nerve-wracking than the others because this either means you have a chance for gold or, I mean, to put it negatively, kind of cynically, you have a chance to go home with nothing, right? So if you can just win this match, then you're pretty much going home with a medal. And I think by the time you're facing your opponent in your medal match, you've kind of settled in a little bit and you kind of know what you have to do. What do you think?
The first arrows are they tend to be the hardest ones, like the first 2 sets or so, and then whatever the next match is, you're kind of emotionally warmed up, let's say. So tends to be a little bit easier, but at this level, there are no easy arrows, no easy matches, and yeah, let's see who's gonna shoot for gold.
10. All.
Good start.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you said, Greg. Like let's see whether the Bakat confirms the tendency for everyone to be, well dialed in.
8.
Oh, that was centered in terms of sideways, so it's got to be a good sign.
10. All.
I just find it so fascinating that very few Indian archers shoot with hats on.
Interesting.
8. 8.
That's a good point. Never.
It's the
Never
same in
noticed that.
compound. It's the same in compound. And we were having that conversation yesterday. A lot of it has to do with controlling the light on a compound bow because you have peep sights and you have scopes and, you want to try to control the light as much as possible. But, it was explained yesterday, yeah, but where they practice is always super hot. So I don't know if it's the same in recurve. The hat situation is it the same situation where it's more about controlling the light than anything else. I mean, I know that, oftentimes there can be a battle with the sun for some people and they want to win that battle and they wear hats as opposed to controlling the light. But is it as important to be able to do that with a recurve bow like it is with a compound bow? There you go. See? But not when she's shooting.
Honestly, I think on compound it plays a bigger role. Because if not with hats, you see so many compounders with a cap, right? It's almost kind of I don't know. It's a part of the compound kit is a cap. You got to have one. Yeah, but I am totally on the hat side of archers. Like I'm always with a hat, and everyone always sees me shooting with one. Because I just think it's so useful. Like if it's raining, it shields your eyes from the rain. If it's too sunny, so yeah, I just see benefits all around. Even if it's a little bit colder, you just feel a difference when you have a hat on. So
Dude, I can't wear a hat when I compete. I can't. So yeah, and the reason is because I do other TV stuff, okay? And you can see the hat. So I get a tan from here down. So if I wear a hat, the entire top of my head is like a light bulb, and
9,
my
focus.
producer will literally have yelled at me. Like I showed up for work one time and they're like, "Do you have makeup to cover the top of your head? You look ridiculous." So I'm very sensitive to it.
8,
Like when I shoot
8.
USA Archery shoots, 50-meter stuff in compound, I'm looking across the field, and in the States, there could be like literally 400 people lined up, and I'm the only one not wearing a hat. And I can't wear glasses because, sometimes you'll see people wearing glasses. There's certain, you know,
9, 9.
one of the reasons is the angle of which I shoot. No matter what I do, the bridge will get in the way. But obviously, I
Mm.
don't want the tan from glasses and stuff. So it's
10,
pretty crazy.
4.
So I wear hats indoors all the time because I love wearing hats, but I can't wear them outdoors.
That's funny.
Brutal, especially when
Now
you
you
shoot
talk.
field archery, because when you're in the woods, you're dealing with, you could be in sun and then you're in the shade, and sun's
10,
coming
4.
through the leaves, and so you want to control the light with a hat. And so what I have to do now is, because I have right eye issues, right eye dominant switching, is I shoot with a
9,
hat
9.
with a
Mm.
like a blinder. So I
On
shoot my
track
6
affair
arrows, and I have
set
to take
number
my hat
2
off and
and
put it
go
on my bow,
8-10-9
so I
for
don't get
Watchalong
the
of the British Republic of China
the head tan.
27. And the sum total
It's
of
crazy.
Nikita Bagat, 9,
Tell 'em.
It's
9,
crazy.
28.
Now,
Excellent
talking about
advantage in favor of
sunglass
the UK
tan,
archers by a tie.
Crispin,
2-set
right,
points.
Vanessa?
That's it.
Like he
Yeah.
he he had the sunglass tan. It was really funny.
I think he loved it. Well, it's not so much of a secret. He loved it. As much as we were like, put sunscreen on, put sunblock on, I think he wanted to see like how contrasting it could be.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could never.
Well, you can see on Yang from China, and you'll see it with Korean archers as well. Not Kim Woo Jin, but more on the ladies' side. They'll get the line here,
Yeah.
and I think it was you, Vanessa, who explained to us last time that it's makeup is what's doing that.
Yeah.
And I thought it
Uh-huh.
was like the pressure. I thought it was just like like a line that you would have if you put your arm on the side of a desk or something, and you're like, no, it's
Mm.
makeup.
Well, I think it is the pressure too. Lim Shi-hyun has a really, really like dark line.
10.
So I think it's half makeup,
Focus.
half pressure. I mean, you can't have that line unless you have the consistent pressure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
8, 8.
All right, we're going to transition after this end. We got two more arrows, and we're going to transition over to Live Plus. So, QR code on the side of your screen if you're watching us on YouTube. This is a set scoring system.
9.
Bernardo,
Focus.
explain how we're scoring if we have fans that are new to archery that are watching us on YouTube.
Yeah, all right. So each archer will shoot 3 arrows, and then by the end, whoever has the highest score, the highest sum of the 3 arrows, so 3 tens, 30 against 29. Then the archer takes 2 set points. In case it's a tie, then points are split. Each one takes 1. Whoever gets to 6 first wins. And if we have a 5-5 scenario, then we have a 1 arrow shoot off closest to center wins.
Right. So in this example, a 10 right here is going to tie, and they will split the points, and it would be 3-3. Let's see that happen.
9.
Just outside. I want to see shoot-offs all day.
Yeah.
All day. We didn't see one in Compound Saturday. I'm sure the two of you tuned in just nonstop for Compound Saturday.
I was super busy yesterday doing something so exciting. I shot a local competition over here. The weather was nasty, so yeah, it was basically the whole day outdoors under the rain, feeling cold. It was lovely.
Oh, well, we're I don't know about you, Vanessa, but down here in the States, man, we are in a massive heat wave right now. It's crazy what's going on right now.
Yeah, for us, we're having weird weather. Like every day it's sunny, and then it'll be thunderstorming the next hour, and then it's sunny again. So I think Mother Nature's throwing a little bit of a fit. It's weird.
Yeah, that sounds like U.S. Southern weather. Normally, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here comes like some crazy thunderstorm that'll blow roofs off people's houses for an hour, and then it just goes away. So
Jeez.
it's if I'm shooting archery right now, I got to get up super early to try to beat the heat. Even at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's already 75 degrees, which would be, I have no idea Celsius because I'm an ignorant American.
It's okay. I don't know Fahrenheit, so we're even.
I should.
49.
Hold on. Somebody right now is commenting like, "What are you people? What's 75 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?"
Tell us the answer.
23.89 degrees C.
Oh, that's nice.
That's pleasant.
That's what it is in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh,
But by
Oh,
the time we hit noon, what's 95 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius? It's 35 degrees C.
9.
ooh,
Yikes.
yeah,
Yeah,
35.
it's 35 degrees. So we go from 28 C to 35 C in the span of like 5 hours, 6 hours ish.
jeez.
So I like to get up and get my archery done. So
9.
if I'm up late playing Call of Duty, I miss my morning shoot.
So she could take the match with a 10 here.
Oh,
She heard you.
liner.
For young Xiaolei, the People's Republic of China.
She was super strong in the FQT, the final qualifier tournament for the games. She was shooting second. I guess the whole season she's been shooting second in the Chinese team. Theoretically, the position in the rotation with the least amount of pressure. But then because of this, then it's expected that you would shoot a higher average than your teammates, and she did so. So young Xiaolei, she was, just pounding tens all the time. She was super strong with the Chinese team in the FQT.
All right, so Yang Xiaolei is in the gold medal match. And for our YouTube viewers, we're going to sign off. Make sure you head on over to Archery Plus and sign up, get subscribed. There's the QR code as we continue our conversation and continue to watch this Recurve Sunday for individual matches on our way to crowning the champion from Antalya, Turkey, both in the women's and men's.